Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Mike Dalcoe, the CEO, continuously empowering others. And I want to share a little bit of a testimonial, but also a an exhortation to you all that are watching the stream tonight. And if you're a person that has ever watched me live and have found value in anything I do, then I feel super grateful and super thankful that you've tuned in with me tonight. And I'll try not to be too long so that the message can be effective, but also poignant. So I'd like to say good evening to everybody. I'm streaming live over Facebook. I'm also recording this for YouTube, and maybe this will be an effective video that I can put on my YouTube channel and be a blessing to somebody that may see this at some point in the future. I just got off a tremendous presentation, business presentation with Mr. Daniel Higgins about our company, GS Partners. And man, it blew me away. His ability to articulate a vision and share with people how to build wealth and to build up a legacy for yourself and your family. Right after we got off the presentation, I got a call from a business partner, and she had one of the prospects that was on the call with Mr. Higgins. And she was so thoroughly impressed. So first of all, Daniel Higgins, if you see this video, thank you, brother, for doing a magnificent job in explaining our business model with GS Partners. And she was talking and we were answering questions, and she was trying to understand how you generate weekly returns from your blocks within the certificate, the different block folios within the certificate. And I broke those things down again. I reiterated a lot of things that Mr. Higgins shared in his presentation, and she got it. She's like, oh, it's clear. And she made this statement. It sent me completely off the charts. She said, I want to bring my husband home. I want to bring my husband home. And boy, you talking about pushing all my buttons. That was it. And I said, wow. And I started giving her some of my testimony of how I was able to retire from my full-time job. I was a mortgage banker with Wells Fargo, and I was able to retire from my job at age 49. And it was because of network marketing as a business model. Network marketing is the most extraordinary business model. And I've been in the space since 1993, and I never had any real breakthrough success until 2013, really 2014. And so she was talking to me. She said she had been in network marketing before, and she was a senior director in another network marketing company, and she had had open heart surgery. Wow, pushed another hot button, open heart surgery. And so she didn't feel like she could do it anymore, and she just didn't feel like network marketing was for her. And man, she got my mind to running. And she talked about her husband and wanting him to be home with her. And man, she said she was 60 years old, and I'll be 60 years old next year. I mean, she was just pushing one hot button after another. And I said to her, and I entitled this stream, Do It Anyway. And Sherry Brown is on here. Look at this. Look how God works. Sherry said, yes, she can do it. I brought my husband back home. And Sherry, I cannot make this up. Your comment was right on cue. For those watching this on YouTube, I'm reading what Sherry Brown said on Facebook. Her comment is right on cue. You'd think me and Sherry coordinated to make the statement I'm about to make. Sherry, I literally used you as my testimony. I said, I've got a business partner named Sherry Brown. And I'm sorry, Sherry, but I told her how much money you were making. I apologize. But I said, Sherry Brown got in this business, and Sherry and her husband were in another business with me. And her husband was a little tired of doing network marketing, so he really didn't get started right when she got started, but she got started anyway. See, I entitled this stream, Do It Anyway. Sherry got started anyway. And boy, it was just a matter of time. And Willie kept seeing those commissions coming in, and he kept going on those dream trips with Sherry. And before you know it, Willie was all in. He was 10 toes down. Sherry, his Proverbs 31 wife, was able to keep on bringing in those jewels into the house while he was doing his part to provide for the home. His Proverbs 31 woman was dumping that money right into the pot with him. And she, with loving kindness, drew her husband right back into this space of networking. Because here's the thing. Ooh, I'm feeling good right now. Networking can really wear you out. Who's a witness? Who can testify what I'm saying is true? You tried it, you go to a meeting, You see those X's and O's on the board. You see them drop those percentages. You see that residual income, and man, you get excited. But boy, can it do a number on you when you get home and you talk to your friends and your family, and man, they start throwing ice water on your fire. And you start to doubt yourself. And then you go talk to a few people, you talk to your friends, and they say, girl, that's a scam. That's a pyramid. Only the people at the top make any money. And Sherry knows that she heard it all. But sure enough, she plowed right through it. See, God, dog it, I wish I had some time. I done got myself excited. Launching a network marketing business is like launching a rocket. You know, you launch that rocket and you see all that smoke. And that pilot is in that seat and he's going through all kind of drama. And it's just gyrations and contortions and he's G-force just hitting him. And he's trying to hang in there. You know what that is? That's gravity. It takes all that rocket fuel and all that thrust to thrust you through that atmospheric pressure. You know what that atmospheric pressure is? That's your friends and your family saying it's a scam, it's a scheme, it's a pyramid, it's illegal, you crazy, you trying to one of them things again. That's that gravity. It's the people that are earthbound. They're not made to fly. You are. Boy, they trying to press you down. You trying to break through that atmospheric pressure. But guess what happens? I don't know how long your launch is going to take. But at a certain point, like Sherry and Willie, you break through your family and your friends and the people at church, people of faith that don't believe, people of faith that can't believe. The people of faith, the one thing they call to do is believe, don't believe. And it's too good to be true. And all this stuff you hearing. And boy, you say, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. And you hear Mike Dalcoe on a live stream, and you get excited. And it's getting a little bit less shaky. And all of a sudden, you break through that atmospheric pressure. And man, you hit that orbit. Cool. All the noise starts to cease. And people start calling you lucky. And they start saying stupid stuff like, oh, of course it works for you. You talented. Of course it works for Sherry Brown. Look, her husband is a comedian and he's got a lot of contacts. It's amazing how people come up with reasons why you succeed rather than the real reason. It's you got through that atmosphere and boom, you hit that orbit. And now it feels like you're coasting. You're still doing the same stuff when you were trying to launch. You're still telling people, but all of a sudden, it's not as hard because now you got a team. And guess what that team is doing? All of them, they breaking through. Now you orbited, you told your team, and they launching with you. And they going through the same process, and then they bust orbit. Now it's easy for them. But they telling people, and it's just more and more people launching. And your orbit is getting higher and higher and higher. And Sherry and Willie, they orbiting real high right now. And you know what else happens when you get to orbiting high and it starts to look easier? Here come the haters. Oh, look at them. Who they think they are driving in that Navigator or that BMW? Who they think they are? I tell you who they are. They beast mode, baby. That's who they are. They doing the doggone thing. That's who they are. They are people that went through the struggle, the stresses, and the strain, and went through all of your condemnation, and they launched and they broke through the orbit. That's who they are. They're survivors. They're winners. They're conquerors. They're gladiators. That's who they are. They made it. Hate on if you want to hate, because that's all haters can do is hate. But that Sherry and Willie Brown, you know what they are? What else they are? They're beacons. You can do it too. I was downstairs this morning after my wife and I spent some time with some of our kids, teaching them about how to build wealth. And after that, we went out and sat in a hot tub, and I pulled one of the umbrellas over so the sun wouldn't get on my beautiful wife. And we were just in the hot tub right when it was about 70 degrees outside, and we were just chilling, and I'm hot tubbing my tired muscles from working out in the gym. And then we came inside, you know, I swam a little bit while my wife sit on the lounger, and we talked and laughed and listened to music, and she was dancing, and I was just laughing at her dancing. She was having a good time, just the two of us. And we came inside, and she said, can we play some ping pong? Because she's real good in ping pong. And I gave her a paddle, and I took a paddle, and we practiced ping pong for a while, for about an hour. And I said, wow, I was smiling the whole time. And she said, what are you smiling about? I said, I'm happy. See, in 2013, when Nate Hines called me to get in business with him in a network marketing business, I said, I don't want to do it. I said, I can't do it. I've been in the industry since 1993, never made any serious money. It's not for me. Now, I know somebody listening. Look, for those of you who are getting annoyed by me, log off, because I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you, the one that's really feeling me right now. It's like, really, Mike? That was you? Yeah, that was me. In 93, I told Nate I can't do it. I said, bro, I can't do it. I've tried. It ain't for me, man. Yeah, me, this guy. I said I can't do it. I said, bro, I like the product, so let me just get the product. I don't want to do the business. I can't do it. He said, okay, Mike, just get the product, because at least you're learning about how money works. When I started getting the product, and I accidentally told a few people because I was excited about the product, and they started signing up for the product, and I got paid a check. And I was like, wait a minute. I just got back in the business. I accidentally doing the business because I told a few people because I love the product. And then, true story, several months into the business, I finally told Sherry Brown about the business. I think I was either retired already or about to retire before I told one of my best friends ever, because I didn't want to tell one of my friends and it didn't work out, and I would have egg on my face because I'd have drug her into another one of them old scams and it didn't work. I finally told her, listen to this story, it's so doggone good. I finally told her I had already made enough money to quit work March 3rd, 2014. I had already made enough money to quit work. I told Sherry, she got in the business and she started making money. True story. I think it was like 2018, Sherry and Willie, by their own testimony, she can give the better date right here in the chat room. By her own testimony, Sherry and Willie together made more money that year than they had made in their entire lives. And I wasn't going to tell her. The business that broke them through financially, in the beginning, I decided I didn't want to tell them because I had already failed in my mind, failed too many times. I didn't want to drag one of my friends into that failure cycle. But boy, it was going so good. I had to tell her. And after they start making money, even to this day, I apologize to her for holding off and not telling her. And that was only because I loved them and I didn't want to hurt them. See, I hurt them by trying to think that I was going to hurt them. I should have told them they're adults. They know how to make good decisions for themselves. I'm not God. I can't tell them what their work ethic is. Finally told them they made more money than they ever had in their life. When we got in Gia's partners in December 1st of 2020, she was in my first group of calls. I made sure she knew we were about to sign up before the company even started. I said, you're getting a link. You get a link, and you get a link, and you get a link, and you get a link. I gave links to everybody. On the very second I signed up, everybody got my link. And they started signing up, and they signed up the people in their groups. And we took off. We were flying. You see, I learned my lesson. Just do it anyway. You may not want to do it. But what's your other plan? That lady, that dear, precious lady I was talking to, she's had an open heart surgery and can't work. And now her husband is still working and she wants to bring him home. What's your other plan to bring your loved ones home? And if money was not an object, what would you do for your beautiful children? How hard would they have to struggle in their life if you break through to financial success and you can show them the way? You gonna let them keep on struggling, or you gonna bring them home too? Good God Almighty, do it anyway. Man, I could talk about this forever, but I'm just gonna shut up. This is Mike Dalcoe, the CEO, continuously empowering others. Do it anyway, and we'll see you on the white sandy beaches of the world. Y'all have a great evening.